In this video, we're going to learn how to work with word art. On the top of this document, we want to create a heading called Healthy Servings, and we want to use our word art feature. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click an insertion point, and I'm actually going to type Healthy Servings. Okay, after I've typed in the heading, I'm going to highlight the heading, and I'm going to click on Insert, and then I'm going to go to the right on the panel here and choose Word Art. Now the first thing that you're going to do is choose a word art style that is close to what you want. If the colors are different, things of that nature, you can change that later on, but you want to find the one that's closest to what you're looking for. So in this case here, we're going to come up and I'm going to choose word art here. And the next thing that you're going to do is it brings up a font box where you can actually change the font that you're working with here. And so you can change the look. I can go to, say, a different font called Harrington, and I can choose whichever one I prefer there. And so in this case here, I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to use Bookman Old Style here. And I'm going to click OK. Now at this point, it's actually going to insert my word art. And so I'm going to come in and I'm going to force the net down to its line by itself. And at this point, this works a lot like a picture. I can come in and I can resize my word art. Notice though, it also gave us a sub-panel just like with tables in the last tutorial. I can click on that. And here I have a bunch of different options that I can work with. The first one is word art style. So this is where we were to begin with as far as when we chose the word art we were working with. But we also have the ability to change the fill and the outline information that you see here. So for example, for the fill, I can come in and maybe make it purple or whichever color I prefer. And I can change the outline if I wanted to on my letters. And so you can make whatever changes that you would like right here. You can also change the shape of how your text looks. I can come in and choose one that maybe works better with the text that I have. So regardless of whichever one that you chose to begin with, you can modify it to meet your need here. We can go into shadowing, and I can tighten up the shadow if I wanted to, or I could come in and take the shadow off if I needed to. I can also go over here to the spacing. This has to do with the spacing between letters. Right now it's set to very tight, normal. Notice how the letters have more space between it. And so I can go in and I can customize how my heading looks based upon the settings you see here. I can also come in and change the vertical direction of my text like you see. And I can change so that everything has an even height there. And sometimes that gives a very kind of neat effect that you see there. Now notice also that we have the ability to do text wrap, and this has to do with how the text goes around the actual graphic. So if I did tight and I shorten this up, notice how the image itself is the text is wrapping around my word art there. The bottom line is everything that you need to work with word art is in your sub panel that appears up here, and you can control everything that you need right here.